Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to be taking a look at the G.I. Joe Classified number 15 Profit Director Destro. And as you can see, he's not in the box, and you're going, wait a minute, that figure's old. Like, that figure's really old because we just did 150 for heavy duty, and you're absolutely right. But while I was going through everything and doing my reviews, or shall I say my ratings video, I realized I didn't do this figure. And I don't know how I missed Profit Director Destro. Probably because originally all I was doing was comparing him to the O-rings, and I thought if I don't have an O-ring, why would I do it? Well, I said I needed to go back because I reviewed every single figure, or at least I believe that I have. But I didn't do this one. I got a little bit of time on my hands. I said, hey, you know what? Let's do a quick review. I'll throw it up there because, like I said, I got a little bit of time. Although I should be doing my O-ring classic reviews. But anyway, we're going to take a look at this guy. You see the gold Cobra in the back. I got him sitting right over there. He is brand new, so it's not like he's old. We have the artwork on the side, and of course right there. And on the back, we have the old montage, which I love the montage, and I know we kept talking. Eventually, they're going to have to do away with the montage because they kept adding to it, and eventually it was just going to be way too big. And let's be honest, where they're at right now, there's no way they could have all the characters along with characters that will be coming. So on here, we have number 15, and then we have what was supposed to be the file cards. We talked about it. It didn't work, but at least back then you could kind of go to the website and they had some of the figures because of what they were trying to do, which was build off the Operation Blackout video game. So let's take a look at this figure, or shall I say that figure right there. We're going to look at the details, see what he comes with, and maybe it's one of those ones that you didn't pick up, but here you're going to watch this review and you're going to be like, you know what, I really need to pick it up, or maybe you're going to be like, I'm so glad that I missed this one. But either way, let's get to it. But before we do, please take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop like an old classified video. You never know. Alright, so here he is, and I can't say we finally got him out. It's been a long time since I've had a figure already posed before I did a review. But we're going to take a look at it. We'll take a look at the accessories to begin with. And we'll first start off with his briefcase. Now, this is the same briefcase that did come with the original Destro, or the original Classified. You got the embroidered, or maybe it's embossed, I don't know exactly the difference here. Cobra logo here. You got some nice designs on it. You got a gray handle. You got your locks on it. And on the same side, or on the other side, we got the same thing with the Cobra logo. It does open up. And on the inside here, and I actually like how this one is done better than the original Classified. You have your money. I love the fact that they had the bands here that are holding it in place. And then down here you have a nice little computer. Here's the small screen. Here's your keyboard. You got your Cobra logo, because of course you need the Cobra logo right there. Again, I think this looks really cool. Something that I think they need to get back to a little bit more, just in my personal opinion. Again, this is kind of what what we consider world building. Here we have his money on fire effect, and I don't think we've ever seen this again. Probably for good reason. Is I don't know if there's too much of a reason to have it. So anyway, it does look good. You can tell it is some sort of domination. Domination. I don't think domination is the right word. Actually, I know it's not. Either way, you can tell that, it is actual money here. You still have the strap there. And then you got this nice, well, you have paint on it to make it look like flames. I can tell you that if they did this today, you wouldn't have it looking like this. They would do a better flame effect, in my personal opinion, because their paint has gotten so much better. But you can see this is a $100 bill. It even has like this. Even here, you have the serial numbers that are kind of engraved in there. I mean, this is awesome. Like, this is some really good detail early on in the line. All right, we have his sunglasses, and as I mentioned before, these sunglasses are actually really good. Um, they don't crumble. They stay together. All right. The lenses are a different color. You got some detail right up there. And again, these actually stay on perfectly fine, and we'll throw those on him in a second. We have the same sidearm that he came with, and I don't believe this sidearm has ever been used again. And this is still before they put any type of port for blast effects. It is some sort of weird revolver. Now, I can kind of get away, I can deal with this. Again, he's a weapons manufacturer, so I don't have a problem with a science fiction or more sci-fi weapon for Cobra. But this is some sort of revolver. At least like the other pistol, you know, it doesn't need a magazine, so it doesn't bother me so much. But it's got some nice detail. Clearly a made up gun. It's got the trigger guard. You can see the trigger right there. All right, so it is a decent looking gun, and like I said, I don't believe it's been used on anyone other than Destro. I believe he is the only person this has come with. All right. As for his, wow, it's been so long. There we go. As for his cape, it is this nice leopard print. So you have the inside of it, which is just this red here. You have your chain that's kind of holding it together. You have the paws that are draped over, obviously the fur, and for the most part the paint is pretty good. And then when you get to the back, you get all the leopard spots all through it, all the way down to the tail and his hind legs. Kind of gruesome when you actually think about it, but this is some guy that, you know, again, I don't think he cares too much. He's who he is. But anyway, that's the cape. It doesn't flow. Now, if they remade this ever and they gave him a soft goods cape, I think that could go really far. But I don't think I can't really see them repainting or doing another Prophet Director Destro. Now, I know a lot of people have used this head to create the Iron Grenadier Destro. That actually makes complete sense. So we'll take a look at his head here. All right. And looking at it, he's just all silver. Or I'm going to say all silver. All gold, but does have these black eyes. Now, this one here, and I didn't go grab it because he's in the basement. I didn't want to go grab him. He doesn't have the circle on the head. And as many people know, the original Destro had this circle on the head. I didn't even notice it, but I guess it drove people nuts enough, they went and redid it. All right, so this is the head sculpt they probably used, because that's the same one when they did the field variant. Up on his collar, which I talked about, I absolutely love. All right, this was one thing I always loved in the movie, or I mean in the TV show. We had the big collar, same with the comic book, that the actual O-ring figure did not have. But on the inside, you also got more leopard. He does have a removable necklace right here. It is just plastic. It is not like a chain one like the Mezco, but you can remove it if you want. You just gotta pop the head off. It's all gold around it, and then you have the same emblem, because it is the same necklace from the classified Destro. And then looking at his chest here, his buck, he's got some nice detail just kind of running down the shirt. Again, this is a one-time use, or one figure use. I can't say a one-time, a one figure use. Like, they can't reuse this, torso. That's what it is. It is for Destro. But it's got some nice detail. You get the peg on the back here. Looking at his arms, his, not pauldrons, but his delts here have the exact same lines running through there. He has some sort of gauntlet right over here. All right, and he does have his trigger fingers, and on this side he does have the 3 missiles that I think he only had 2 missiles with the O-ring. I could be wrong. I actually could go look. I actually got them right behind me, but you guys get the idea. I love that they kept the missiles. I think that's very important to him. Here we have his belt. You can see some nice buckle right here, and this is something here with the drop down leg holster that I know someone like Bobby B really appreciates. He absolutely hates when the when the thigh holster is just kind of floating there. I actually do understand. Not only in real life do they fall down, but they definitely fall down with some of the classified figures. Here we're kind of looking, now it would be nice if it had a little bit of paint on here, but again, early on, you can't be too upset about it. I think they did a pretty good job, but you can see the belt buckles holding this in for this pouch right here. This is going to be specific. You can put other pistols in there. I know I've had a gold, I think 45, I think it was an actual Valaverse one. He also usually has the Valaverse AK-47, the gold one, because it really just matches very well. But again, this holster looks pretty good, and I'll tell you what, when this gun is dropped in there, it's not going to fall out. Leopard print all the way down. It's got his nice knee pads. Here on the back, you can see, this is something that I don't think I've ever talked about. I'm noticing more when I do the classic O-ring reviews here. Here's his knee pads, and here's like the elastic that goes around. So it does look really good, especially when you look at this detail. Then when you get down to the boots, all right, you can look at them. They're kind of like clasped together here. Some nice detail, and then I would assume these are steel toe tip, but just in the gold to accent everything that he has. As for his articulation, we've gone over this before. His neck can only look up that far, and then look that. He can look side to side. As for the T-pose, he's right there. Bicep swivel. This is well before they did pinless. So he's got his pinned double elbows, and then his wrists that are going to swivel back and forth. All right. He has an ab crunch, so he can look down that far, and he can look back. So again, if you are using this with the RoboSkull, maybe he's selling it, he can at least look up that way, because unfortunately his head doesn't go up any further than that. As for his Jean-Claude Van Damme, he still gets a good one, even with this drop-down piece right here. Drop-down, always be careful, drop-down hips here, so you can get a better pose. Not a big fan, talked about it before. He's got his thigh swivel. Double knee joints, again, not pinless, your boot cut, and then your ankle rocker. So all in all, a nice, decent looking figure. And again, I know a lot of people didn't feel the need for this. I think he matches the Crimson Baroness pretty well. The red is a little different, but I will say this, I think it works pretty good. I'll kind of point this out once again, as I pointed out numerous times with classified. They have butterfly joints. They don't really work. They're more for aesthetic. They work pretty good going backwards, but forward, not so well. And this is the guy that only comes with a pistol, so it'd be really nice for him to have that. All right. And all we're going to do is we're going to pop this thing right back on here. And it stays on pretty well. There is no doubt about that. He is a little looser, as I've had him for, man, I mean, this guy came out in, what, 2001, so 4 years. Here are the glasses that I was talking about. And if you're wondering, those glasses, and they're oversized, which I have no issue with, but they stay on good. Like, you don't really have to worry about them. They don't flex. They don't get all out of bent out of shape. I was thinking about the fire effects here. Putting that on. I said burnt. Now, once you put the cape on him, you really do affect how much he can move his arms. All right, his arms are only going to go up so far. Again, if they even did an accessory pack where they gave you a cape, that would be pretty awesome. And then I really do like these the suitcases. Done very well. I like the inside detail. So this is all kinds of stuff that, you know, they were thinking about early on in the line. I mean, this is number 15, and once again, he has all this. I mean, the briefcase and everything is the same as the original Destro. So there you go. That is a hell, this is almost a classic review of the G.I. Joe Classified. So there you go. All right, so there you have it. That is the Prophet Director Destro, or as many have called him, Pimp Daddy Destro. He does come with, I can't say he comes with everything that the original Destro came with. He doesn't come with his gun. He does come with, obviously, the briefcase, the sidearm, glasses that actually were pretty good. It comes with his leopard cape, and then his money on fire. I wish I could burn money that I had so much, but I can't. But I can do a review of an old figure that isn't all that bad, especially if you have the Robo Skull. I think you can pair them pretty nicely. So, especially the special edition that has the silver, the gold, the yellow, whatever you want to call it. So anyway, that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you like going back in time because, again, I missed something. Got a little bit of time on my hands. I said I needed to do it. It's one of those weird things where it's like I've reviewed every single figure and I missed one. Why wouldn't I just go back and spend a half hour doing it? And that's exactly what I did. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed what I gave you. Just trying to make a little content and have a little bit of fun. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for watching a review on an old figure. Please take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a G.I. Joe classified video, old or new. But I'm going to get out of here, but you stayed this long because you're like, wow, you got some really good content. I can't believe it. Up here is going to be the heavy duty, something new. And down here will be the playlist of all the classified videos now that this one is here. Take care.